The funny thing is, though, is we do have quite a bit of news, some late breaking stuff that we can officially talk about that
Yeah,
we've
we've
known
known
about for
about
a while.
this for what, about a year now?
Yeah, and I somebody leaked it. I don't know. Dawn of the Dead started reporting it, and it kind of got out there. And I think we asked Slippy earlier. He was like, "We can fucking talk about this now, surely,
Surely, yeah.
right?" So yeah, and I'm not the one to hype this movie up because I'm not super familiar with this movie. But release number two for Red Shirt Home Video is from 1986. It's kind of a slasher movie, kind of. I think they'll promote it as a slasher movie. Hunter's Blood, Uncle Bill. And this was one that has never been on disc of any sort officially until now. So it's another debut from Red Shirt Home Video. It's actually labeled as a psychological thriller, action, adventure, horror movie. But I'd promote it as the long lost 80s slasher movie that you always wanted, but now finally it's available in 4K.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because this is a movie that has no release, as far as I know, except VHS maybe. And people have on and off talked about this movie for years. I've seen that cover. I've seen like people like bring up that cover in the movie and things like that. I've never seen that movie because there's no way to really see it. I mean, physical media wise, I mean, I'm sure you can find it
VHS
somewhere.
tape.
Yeah. But like, I am curious about it. Like, it seems to be from the looks of it, like a slasher film. I want to say, I don't want to say like The Forest, but maybe like more like Just Before Dawn. I don't think there's any slasher film like The Forest. Now that I think about it, but you know what I mean, like along the same lines as that.
We can go through some plot synopsis on this and see what you guys think. It says five city boys travel to the country to relax by doing some hunting, drinking Bud. I guess that means Budweiser,
Yeah.
and generally just having a good old time, just stomping shit like they do here in Eastern Kentucky. However, the local inbred backwoods psychos turn the hunters into the hunted, and they need all the ammo and wits they have to get out of the woods alive.
Oh fuck! So it's like every Olin movies, like Deliverance and Southern Comfort and Just Before Dawn and like all that shit.
Yeah. It's a fight for survival for the five city boys
You know what you have to do in
traveling.
that situation, though.
Yeah.
There's only one thing you can do, and that's fight for your life.
Five city boys just going to relax in the country and hunt and drink Bud.
You're where you going, city boy?
Did they just call it Bud back in the day? Like
I guess.
I never recall that. I,
Budweiser. I guess there was no Bud Light probably at that time. If you're reading something from that era,
what about Bud Dry?
I don't remember Bud Dry, but I bet it tastes like horse piss. Just the name of it sounds awful.
Fucking why ask why I drink Bud
Bud
Dry or something?
Dry. I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was. But I've never heard anybody say, "Man, I need to get me some Bud," unless it's weed.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Need some Bud Bulls.
Bud. Oh yeah, the frog said it.
Yeah. Bud the Chud. Get that.
But let's see. Kim Delaney is in this. I've definitely heard of her. She's done a lot of TV shows. And Clue Gulager, who's in a bunch of shit, dude. Talk about you could do a whole show like on a tier list of Clue Gulager movies. It'd probably take forever.
You really could, yeah.
John Travolta's brother Joey is in it.
Ain't no way. It's is that really his brother? I mean, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is. He's from
Joey Tra-
Englewood, New
Boy,
Jersey.
Joey Travolta.
That's definitely his brother. It looks just like him. It's his brother
Hey,
or his uncle, one or the other.
hey, everybody. Joey Travolta with.
Bruce Glover is also in. Mickey Jones, who's
Mickey James'
Great,
brother.
great
We all know.
character actor. Charles Cyphers is in Hunter's Blood, so it's got an interesting
Yeah.
cast.
Listen, I'm sure this movie will be fantastic. Okay, I'm positive that it will.
Hunter's Blood.
It'll knock you balls right off your body. Like you won't even know what to do. It'll be so good.
Yeah.
But there's another movie that is very similar, that sounds very, very similar to this, that is fucking amazing. And it's called Rituals. I don't know if you've seen that, but like if
I
you
have
have,
it. I did buy it on one of those
it
mini Kino sales.
it's a great combination of like a weird slasher film and like a Deliverance style Lost in the Woods movie. Which is what this sounds like. So I don't know. I don't know if that movie can be topped, but we'll see.
Yeah, so we've known about this one for a little while. And now officially they can, I guess we can talk about it. But yeah, release number 2, Hunter's Blood, coming in 2025 from Red Shirt Home Video. Would you do the limited edition thing with a movie like this, or
Yeah.
how would you promote it?
I 100% would, just for the simple fact it's never been released on anything. So I would do 2,000 to 3,000 copies, limited edition, just to run. It'll sell out. I don't know how long, maybe a couple weeks, but it will sell out. Like
What kind of price
that kind of
point
run.
you have on it, you think?
Well, it depends on what he does. Like if he does like a hard box, I don't think, I may be wrong, but I don't know if you can get away with $70 for Hunter's Blood.
You're
like
not
you did
wrong. I don't think you
for
can
Trick
do
or
that.
Treat.
That's why I was asking. Yeah,
But I think you could do a box. Let me see what would be a good representation if I got something laying around here. Maybe
So you're
something a little bit
a smaller box.
like a hard box, like something a little bit better than like a slipcase, but like
How
not
about like the Texas Chainsaw 2 box that Vinegar Syndrome did?
Yes.
Hard box, but it's a
Yeah.
smaller one.
Well, yeah, I mean something like that, or something a little bit. I've got the tenon over here, and it's a little bit too big, I think, for that release. Like, I'd want something that's just kind of like like the VSA boxes. You know what I mean? Like something like that. They have the Hunter's Blood, have the original cover on it on the VSA kind of style. You know, the one that pulls out from the bottom, that kind of style. And I would charge about $40, and that'd be it. Put a
Okay.
ton of special features and shit on it. Charge about $40.
The more I think on it, I don't even think you should do a limited edition for it. I don't think a lot of people know what this is, right? This is not like Trick or Treat in that people were demanding it over and over and over and over again. But it'll be interesting to see. I think it is a 4K. I think we can say that he's doing the 4K of it. And it's going to be through Synapse as well. Synapse is kind of co-producing it with him. But yeah, I mean, neither one of us are very familiar with the movie just because it was not an easy one to see.
Now, here's the interesting part, though, with where Felster's at right now. It's kind of the same place where like Vinegar Syndrome's at, really. I think with that Trick or Treat release, like he could release like a fucking turd in a box, I think, as a second release, that's probably going to do really well.
Mhm.
I think it's just on the name recognition of Synapse and Slippy, it'll do well. So that's my prediction. Now, here's what'll be interesting to me. We'll find out like what the plan is by this next release about in terms of like if he comes out with like a big ass box kind of thing for this that's like the same as Trick or Treat, then you'll know that everything he's going to release will be like that, with the standard edition probably coming afterward. Or he's going to like switch it up and make like some stuff, you know, more standard edition style and some like bigger box kind of stuff. I'd be curious to see what he does though.
I'd like to tell people, thumbs up the video, Uncle Bill.
Would you?
Yes. Thumbs it up with violence and fury and just love everything about it.
You hit the heart button, then you hit the ass button, then you hit the go fuck yourself button. Follow that up with the I don't give a shit button.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit Radio shirts. You can get Last South on the left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. all kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Special thanks goes out to our supporters on Patreon. Do you know what kind of stuff you can get on Patreon, Uncle Bill, starting at only $1 a month?
What's that?
Access to every Dead Pit show since 2005. We got almost 200 fan commentaries that we've done over the decades.
We have a literal jukebox full of songs and thousands of reviews. I don't even know how many shows are up on there now that we've done over the years.
Hundreds of thousands.
You need to figure this out now and subscribe to us on Patreon and YouTube and Instagram and help us to 1 million. The road to 1 million subscribers starts today.
So deadpitonpatreon.com. Join today. Tiers start at only $1, but I'd recommend at least the $10 tier.
You can do 50. The stock market's crashing around us, folks, but send us money.